So we were talking about how Donald Trump is already advising everybody that he's going to, with the mass deportation through a national emergency mandate, and he's going to use military assets to fly all the people that has to be flown outside of the country and moved outside of the country in every way possible. But the interesting part is the reactions that you can see all over the world, not only in terms of immigration, but what happened with this video is something that is strange. Trudeau talking about curbing immigration in Canada. After decades of demonizing Canadians for suggesting lowering immigration, a clearly desperate Trudeau lowers immigration. Let's hear the guy for himself.
Immigration. Let's talk about it. In the last 2 years, our population has grown really fast, like baby boom fast. And increasingly, bad actors like fake colleges and big chain corporations have been exploiting our immigration system for their own interests.
All right, so there are bad actors who have been exploiting Canada's immigration system. All right, fair enough. In which way have they been exploiting that immigration system? I want to take a look at what are it was so fast. Fines issued for abusing Canada's foreign labor program rise. Temporary foreign worker program sees 68% jump in approval. I want to ask you a very easy question. How is this something bad? How is this something bad? This should be good, right? This must mean that there are jobs for those foreign workers and by extension for everybody, right? And if the Canadian government allows them in, then the companies inside Canada could take advantage of that. But as the Canadian government, those who are letting them in, they are approving those work visas. So I don't know why would Trudeau say that, oh, they are weaponizing this, they are taking advantage of this, when it is the Canadian government, the one in charge of
our immigration system for their own interests. So we're doing something major. We're reducing the numbers of immigrants that will come to Canada for the next 3 years.
Okay, that is just brilliant. Since all these companies are exploiting our system, we're going to reduce the amount of immigrants. It sounds like he's coming with a great idea, right? You know those cartoons when you have this this leader and he wants an idea, and you have this henchman that has the idea that he needs, and he says that no, but I come with a better idea, and he says what the henchman said. Well, this is pretty much it. Oh, I came up with a brilliant idea. What about curbing immigration in Canada? Yeah, this is peak narcissism. He knows he has to do this. He knows that this is correct way to do. This is the same thing to do to stop the insanity. I'm quite redundant in there. But he has to make it seem like he came with this brilliant idea all by himself. This is next level narcissism. This is next level narcissism. But at least, okay, he's taking credit for it. He's coming up with this plan, this brilliant plan to curb the exploitation of the immigration system. But at least, it's like with the nuclear plants. Maybe they are doing it for the wrong reasons. Maybe the wrong actors are pushing for this. But maybe that would be a good thing in the end. Even through narcissism, greed, and God knows what other things.
Today, I'm going to let you in on what happened, where we made some mistakes, and why we're taking this big turn.
Of course, he's going to say where we made some mistakes. He will never say when I made some mistake. He will never acknowledge that totally. And there was a very, very, very concerning interview with Nigel Farage, and Farage refuses to speak against Islam and why he made Mohammedan his party chairman. He has no faith in the English. We will lose. We will lose. He said, this is a clip. We're going to see two clips that they seem that they are, against each other, like they contradict each other. But I will try to explain what Farage is doing. Here goes the first clip.
But the nub of it is...
Where are the captions here? I thought there was. I thought this was captions. I know that. Oh, wait, you have automatic captions. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Right, it's very easy.
But the nub of it is, we have a Muslim population in Britain growing by about 75% every 10 years.
Every 10 years, the Muslim population in the UK grows by 75%. Let that sink in. That's quite the number.
Right, that's just where we are.
Mm-hmm.
If we politically alienate the whole of Islam, we will lose.
Okay, he's saying that he cannot politically, he made sure to say that word, politically alienate Islam, they will lose. Okay, Reform Party will lose. So I already analyzed that video when he was adamantly against mass deportations. Okay, we need to be very clear about that. But we need to watch the following clip as well. But let's finish this one.
We'll lose.
So how does one include them?
We will lose by 2050. Goodness knows what kind of a terrible state we're going to be in.
We're going to lose. But just to be clear, he's not saying that they will lose the country. I hope that he's not talking about the country. He is talking about the politics. I hope so. You know that this is not really taken out of context. He means that. He says that he cannot, Reform Party cannot just alienate the Muslim population. And the growth of the Muslim population, there you have it. But what about deporting people? What about deporting people? This is the other clip. I believe that this was captions. Nigel Farage makes it clear he would deport 1.2 illegal migrants in the mass deportation scheme. How many will be 1.2 illegal migrants and for how long? We don't know that, but let's see what is his opinion on this.
This 1.2 million say is the idea that they're not given amnesty and they decide eventually to leave on their own volition.
You cannot give them amnesty. You cannot give them amnesty.
You cannot give them amnesty to this 1.2 million migrants. We don't know exactly why. Let's see if he says that afterwards.
To do that is an insult to those who want to come legally and pay their money and get passports and swear oaths.
So we don't do anything about them. We just let them
I
be.
didn't suggest that for a moment.
But maybe he's talking only about the illegals. Well, that's quite a change from the last time he spoke. Oh, right, because the last time he spoke, that was before Donald Trump won the elections. Notice that.
So you cannot give them an amnesty, and yes, we must be deporting people who come illegally.
And, well, you also see his body language is hunching when he says that. He doesn't feel very comfortable saying that.
Especially those who committed crimes.
That's when he opens up his body language, and especially those who commit crimes. I would say that those will be the logical thing to do. Why isn't the government doing it right? Oh, right, Starmer. We need to talk about Starmer later.
Or who point blank refuse to integrate in our communities. Not an easy job. Long-term job. Will take a long time.
How do we know whether they're point blank refusing to integrate? What would that look like?
Well, if you've been here 10 years and can't speak a word of English, you might not have tried very hard.
Well, this is something that, the English speaking English, this is something that I really, I thought that was a given. In fact, I was shocked to learn that the United States, English is not really an official language. Like the United States doesn't have an official language, and of course, it's not English. And I find it baffling that you can actually become a citizen of the United States and you don't really need to know how to speak English. That's something I really don't understand. I mean, I'm not complaining, right? Because when I had not that much knowledge of English, I could go anywhere in the United States and everybody spoke Spanish in there. I would not complain, but I find it, in many countries of Europe, you have to pass proficiency tests of the language. Okay, if you're gonna become a citizens of Switzerland, you have to learn the languages, which is Swiss Deutsch, right? It's not German. This variation of German. That is the common sense thing to do. But again, if you don't go for the bare minimum, which is learning English, well, it is to be fair. I would say let's say that we could compromise. Let's say that we can compromise. If you are a law-abiding citizen, if you pay your taxes, and I think that's it, because you work, you pay your taxes, you obey the law. I think that should be enough. Well, it's only that it complicates a bit things in the day-to-day operations of the country if you don't speak the country's language. So maybe that is something that could be near in fifth or sixth place. Maybe that is not urgent. I think Farage mentioned the language thing because that was a non-contentious issue. The contentious issue is if you commit a crime, you're out. It's that simple. And if you try to enter the country illegally, you simply cannot enter. That is the other thing. But this is a sad reality of countries right now. They don't know what to do. Oh my God, Donald Trump won the elections, so Trudeau has to backtrack and just curb immigration. Farage changed his stance on mass deportations. That is nice. It's like it stopped being a taboo topic. We're gonna see this evolving. Again, I would like to know what do you think about this in the comments.